Well, I'm out running again. That's Abe Lincoln behind me. That's who I come down and see most every day. Go to Abe and back is 6 miles. I take a break here now, and let's share with some information I got from the newspaper today. It was the 4th of July yesterday. Actually, there was the mall. I guess they had fireworks last night. I don't know who came down. I haven't read about that yet, but there was uh, a little place where they were giving out free mass. Now, actually, it was the Park Service. The parkservice.gov was giving out free mass at the mall. But more importantly, today I was reading an article by an economist named Robert Samuelson. There's another Samuelson who wrote economics books when I was a student, but this is a journalist, Robert Samuelson. I've been following him for years. He's got good stuff and good data. See, that's what I think is important, that we have to back up all our feelings and all our decisions with data. It may not be right, you never know, but you have to look at that. In other words, if you start going with your gut all the time, that's part of it, but your mind is another part, and that requires data. So here's some data that he has, and it shows you why on this 4th of July, America is unhappy. And it's real data, because they collect data, and people get pretty good at this. People change their minds, so it's not good all the time. But here are some statistics. We have a data point that we do all the time called right track, wrong track. And it surveys people and asks them if they think the country is on the right track or the wrong track. Okay? It is at... It is at 67% say that we're on the wrong track. So that means 2/3 of the people in America thinks we're going the wrong way. 2/3. I mean, that's a clue that I guess we're going to be looking for change, right? 2/3 on the right track. Now, the only time it was bigger than 67% was back in 1973. When I was 30 years old, that was really a tipping point in our country, and it was 74%. That was the oil embargo, the Vietnam War, Watergate, all that stuff, and that's I'm sorry, I'm getting calls. I don't know who it is. Okay, here, our happiness index. Okay, how happy you are. Yeah, so they do surveys to check to see how happy people are. Okay, okay. The survey failed. And actually, this is a survey by University of Chicago. It really regularly asked people about their happiness index, and it fell by 14%. Okay, and it's at its lowest point since 1970. Okay, the share expressing unhappiness jumped 23%. Its highest point since 1972. So we are now have more unhappy people now ever since 1972. So that's sort of the tipping point there, right? Race relations. Though we're in flux, there may be stronger than you think. According to surveys, a poll just taken says 35% of Americans think race relations are generally good. 35% of Americans think race relations is good. That's way down since 66% during the Obama period. So we were at 66%. We thought relationships are good. Now it's 35%, and the near the 41% that was recorded in 1970. So we have fast track, wrong track. We're on the wrong track. Happiness, highest numbers and almost ever. Race relations are worse than ever. Patriotism, okay. In June, a survey said 63% said they were very or extremely proud of America, okay. But back in the 2000, it was 90%. So that's way down from 90% to 63% say we're more proud of America. The economy, okay. Collapsing consumer confidence is undermined at the recovery. In April, the University of Michigan's Index of Consumer Sentiment experienced the largest drop in history. So consumer confidence took the largest drop in history. And that survey's been going 30 years, I would think, at least. Okay, what does the future hold? in May-June poll reported that only 28% of respondents felt that the next generation will do better than the present generation, while 47% expected to do the same. So that means that we feel the next generation is doing worse. And actually, that's already happening. In my mind, I keep a track of a figure that says, what's the average 30-year-old making? Well, the average 30-year-old is making like 20, 30% less than when I was 30 years old. So really, the younger generations are doing worse than when I was growing up, and probably most everybody else. So that's why we're suffering, because it's real. People feel it. So if everybody feels it, you're going to feel it too. And I don't know there's an easy answer for this. I think it's trying to help yourself as much as you can. And that could be by just trying to find opportunities. And that's what I try to do at Let's Go Help. Show you opportunities that don't cost money. Okay. And they're out there, but they just take work to do.